Good morning and welcome to Pilates Wheel 101 with Kimmy on Sunday morning. So we're working with the DLX today and we're doing pretty much a full body workout, a little bit of lower, a little bit of upper arms and abs. And I have it on the notes, we have our wheel attached to the blue straps on either side and the extender straps which are attached to the anchor, and then the yellow straps with the handles are attached to our anchor at the top of where the extender straps on the top loops. And before we get started with this, make sure you have the written consent of your healthcare provider. And so we're going to come onto our knees here to start. Our hands are going to hold on to the bar of the wheel and we're coming up to the knees. So when we're on our knees, I want you to think about pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, and now our shoulders are directly down from our wrists, or directly above our wrists, and we're tucking our tail under. We're lifting our rib cage, pulling the front rib cage toward the back rib cage, reaching the crown of the head toward the opposite end of the room, like toward the ceiling actually right now. And from here, we're just going to press the wheel slightly forward. There's going to be a lot of resistance because we do have our blue straps. Tucking your tail even more, pull your rib cage even more, and now use the muscles under the armpits to allow the wheel to go back and forth. And press it out, anchoring the tops of the feet into the mat, and press it out. We're just warming the body up here, getting a little blood flow. You know, it is Sunday morning, so it's a little early for our bodies. Keep tucking your tail under. The more you tuck your tail under, the more you're kind of digging into the abdominal muscles. And we'll go one more and bring it all the way back. From here, we're going to sit down onto the heels and our wheel comes up toward our chest. And we're going to press the wheel up above the head, sort of on a diagonal, and then bring it back to the chest as we sit back down. So what I want you to focus on here are the glute muscles and have them do a lot of the work. The glute muscles are really big, strong muscles, and a lot of times they get ignored. So pushing, driving up through the hips, and pressing the bar up. Tucking the tail under as well, and don't let the rib cage flare open as we're pressing the arms up overhead. And we've got 4 more here. 3 and 2 and last one. Let's bring it back down and bring the wheel back down to the mat. From here, we're gonna face the we're going to be on the side, on our right side of the wheel, and we're on the knee on the right side, and the left leg is extended long. Toes are pointed right in front of you, so they're parallel with the other half of your body. Pressing on the outer edge of your foot on the left side, and making sure you're not sinking up into your shoulder here. You want to pull that shoulder blade down your back to feel like you're pulling your arm bone into the socket, so that the muscle underneath your arm is working. And from here, you're going to bring the base, your hand on the left side, at the base of the skull, and you're pressing the base of the skull into the hand so that you're lengthening through the spine and you're reaching it long rather than pushing, shearing your head forward. And from here, you're going to take an inhale as you bring the left elbow toward your right forearm, and then exhaling as you lift it up. Inhale, twist it in, and exhale, open it up. And be careful not to sink in to the shoulders, and you're keeping space in the neck. So as you inhale, try and get a little more distance into your twist, and then exhale, opening it all up and feeling all the stretches, feeling everything working. And let's go one more time. Now we're just going to go for a stretch. So let's take our right hand up and overhead. Press the palms down toward the palm, down toward the ground, as you're pressing the outer edge of the left foot. So you're feeling that whole length on the left side of the body. And now we're going to take that hand, bring it to the wheel, and then move the right hand back, separating the hands a little bit more. And from here, we're going to press the wheel forward and feel that stretch in the thoracic spine, the thoracic twist. Take an inhale, belly button pulled in tight as you're rounding back, lifting your spine, or lifting your belly to bring it back in, and we'll press it forward one more time, and lift your belly to bring it back in. From here, we're going to take our right hand back to the center, take our left hand to the hip, and we're going to lift that leg up off the mat, tap it down to the ground for 10. That was 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So there's a ton of resistance still on the blue straps. So I want you to just be really, really careful, and then keep that shoulder girdle working on the left side or on the right side, so that your wheel doesn't go back underneath you so you don't fall forward. And let's lift that leg up again, and we're going to kick it straight out in front and back. Four, 5, 6, lengthening that leg as we bring it all the way up in front of us. 3, and 2, and last one, bring it down to the ground, and we're going to turn and face the other direction. All right, so let's get positioned. So we're on the knee on the left side. Our left hand is directly in the center of the bar, and we have extended our right leg all the way long, pressing the outer edge of that leg into the mat. Toe and heel are parallel or lined up with one another. Take your hand on the right hand and bring it behind the base of your skull, pressing the base of the skull into the hand as you're reaching the crown of the head tall. Take an inhale as you twist your right arm to your left forearm, right elbow, I mean. And then exhale, open it up. Take an inhale to twist, and exhale, open. Inhale, twist, and exhale, open. Every time you twist down, I want you to try and reach a little bit deeper into that thoracic twist. Staying lifted out of the shoulder on the left side.
let's take our right arm, lift it all the way overhead, palm facing the ground. Outer edge of the right foot is pressing into the mat as you reach your arm long, and you're opening the whole right side of your body. And now let's take the right hand to the bar, left hand comes toward the back, and then let's press the wheel forward, getting deeper into that thoracic stretch. Draw your belly button in, look down toward your belly button, and lifting your belly as you round back in. And one more time. Bring it all the way forward. Lifting the belly to pull it back in. And from here, we're going to take our left hand back to the center, right hand at the hip, and we lift the foot and tap it down. Lengthening that leg as you're pulling it back into the hip socket so you feel the stability in the hip, keeping the upper body as still as possible. We've got 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and last one. Let's take that leg and kick it in front of us. Six, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring the foot back down. We will come back on facing our wheel, and we are going to take the wheel off and put it off to the side. And we're going to come down onto our backs for some supine arms, which means we're going to be using our yellow straps with the handles. So finding a spot on the mat that will get enough resistance for your supine arm work. So from here, we're holding on to the handles. I would prefer, if you weren't gripping, if you could open the fingers and have the fingers reaching up. Take the shoulders, wrap them down, and then let's go with our legs in tabletop. Let's squeeze everything together. Squeeze the inner thighs, the knees, the ankles, and the inner soles of your feet. Take an exhale as you press the hands outside your waist, and inhale, lift them back up. We're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7. Now from here, I want your knees directly above your hips. I want the tailbone pressing into the mat, and the feet are slightly above the knees. Drawing the shoulder blades down and pressing the base of the skull into the mat. And the last one here, we're going to go with circles now. So keep working with the muscles under the armpits, drawing the belly button deep into your spine. Eight, 9, and 10. We're going to reverse the circle. Hold the legs up there. If it gets to be too much, you can bring your feet down to the ground. Three more here. Checking in to make sure nothing is getting into the back in the negative way. And the last one, arms out to the side in a T shape, and press the hands all the way down to the waist. Making sure that the pelvic bowl is not tilting in a way that is too much on the low back. As long as you're in neutral spine, this is the best position for you.
keep the arms extended long and the elbows at your waist, bending just the elbows in. The elbows are hovering over the mat, and then pressing the arms out long. 90 degrees, and then press it out long. Five, and 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring the arms straight up above the chest. The feet can come down to the mat, keeping them squeezed together, and then just wagging the arms in the opposite direction of the knees. And we'll go one more time on each side. Then we're going to come up back into tabletop with the legs, and the arms are going to come extended as you tuck your chin into your chest and curl up. Make sure your head is up high enough that it's not in the neck and that it's all in the abdominal area. Pressing the tailbone into the mat, belly button pulled in tight. Keep the arms extending long as we make bicycles with our legs. Extend it out long, reach it back in. So you should be up so high off the mat with your head that just the bottoms of the shoulder blades are on the mat. 3, and 2, and last one. Bring it back in, arms come down, head comes down, or arms come up and head comes down. And then we are going to do a snow angel next. So to get us in position, we're just to get started, we are already in the work. So let's prepare for that one. Let's take the legs up into tabletop and extend the arms out as you're tucking the chin into the chest, looking down toward your belly button. Legs extend out long at a 45-degree angle. Now we're opening the legs and the arms at the same time for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees in, hands come up, head comes down. Let's do one more wag, back and forth. And one more time on each side. And then let's take our straps out of the hands, and we're going to come up onto our knees again, and we still have the yellow straps in our hands. We're going to come up, stand on the knees for chest expansion. So again, find the right spot for your resistance, the proper resistance for you. So you could be towards the end of the mat, you could be in the middle of the mat, whatever you feel is right for your strength level and your ability. So from here we are up high on the knees. Our hips are tucking under, so you're separating the low spine, and our tail is sort of tilted underneath us. We're lifting the belly button and in, lifting up and in, hugging your rib cage, so wrapping the muscles that wrap around the rib cage, and then drawing the shoulder blades down your back. So essentially just think about everything coming in toward mid-spine in a sort of a lengthened, longer way. And you know how I was talking about having your fingers reaching, so I don't want you gripping, because I find when you grip, you start firing up your forearms, which kind of defeats the whole idea of the move. So
So feel like you're really reaching the fingers toward the floor, and that helps get the shoulder blades drawing down your back more. And now reaching the crown of the head tall, take an inhale here, and then exhale, bring the hands back behind you. So when you're bringing the hands, so we're pausing back here, when the hands are back behind you, your shoulders are still drawing down your back, and your collarbones are wide. And now press it forward on your inhale. Take another, and then exhale, bring it back behind you, pause, inhale back. You're exhaling out your mouth, inhaling through your nose. Find where your tail is. Make sure that's tucked under. So opening up the front side of the body without flaring the rib cage open. This is a really good one for those of us who, me included, have that kyphotic rounded shoulders. So I'm constantly working on opening up my chest and my shoulders because I find they are rounding forward more and more. And last one, pause back here and then bring it back in. From here, we're gonna sit our hips back behind us, bending our knees a little bit more. Elbows are lifted at the waist, pressing your chest forward. And now exhaling, extending the arms out long. Working the backs of the arms still. Six, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's come back all the way up. Retuck your tail. Lift your arms out so they're extended right in front of you at shoulder height. Tuck your tail, don't lean back, press the tops of the feet into the mat, and then just pull your forearms or your hands towards your shoulders, keeping the elbows lifted. Working the bicep muscles in our arms. Three more. And 9. And 10. Bring it all the way back. You can let go of your straps. And from here, we're going to take one yellow strap off the corner loop, and we're going to put it on the middle loop that is attached to the anchor. So the loop that is right in the center of the anchor that is attached to the carabiner that is actually holding everything in place. From here, we're holding on to our handle. Our elbow is at our waist, and it doesn't leave the waist. We're tucking the tail under, pull your rib cage in, and then we're just gonna open the forearm out to the side and bring it back in. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So these moves are actually working our rotators and strengthening the shoulders. So now we're going to take the elbow away from the waist, sort of lift it up about 3 inches away from the body. Bring the hand this way, but keeping the 90-degree bend in the elbow, and then just lifting it out to the side. Really small but effective move. Keeping the wrist straight. Seven, 8, move a little closer to the anchor because this one we're doing is called drawing a sword and it takes a lot of strength, and we're gonna do 5. So the hand is still in, that was kind of a setup position for this full move that we're about to do. So now your hand sort of stays close to your body. As you lift the elbow, the hand comes to the shoulder, and then press it all the way up toward the ceiling, and then bring the hand back to the shoulder and down. Keeping the elbow high. And that's 3. We're going to do 2 more here. Reaching the arm all the way up. Now you get why it's called drawing sword. And last one on that side. Now we're going to move slightly away, and we're going to switch the handle to the other hand. Now this one is an internal rotation on our left side, so the elbow is at your waist, and now you're going to pull the hand toward your torso. From here, we're going to turn around, keep the handle in that hand because we're going straight to the other side to do the external rotation. So elbow at your waist, palm opens up and back to the torso. Inhale through the nose, exhale out your mouth. Breathing through the move. 3 and 2 and last one. Let's lift the elbow away from the torso. I'm going to slide out a little bit, and just that really small move that works our suprasphygmos. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to move a little closer to the anchor, and we'll do our 5 drawing sword. So elbows lifted high, hand comes to the shoulder. Now let's take that hand up toward the ceiling without dropping the elbow. Hand comes to the shoulder and across the body. Elbow lifts. Hand comes all the way up. Stay up with the elbow, hand comes to the shoulder, and bring it back to your torso. Elbow up, hand up, higher. Keep the elbow up as you bring your hand down. I think that was 3, 4, and last one. And bring that down. We're going to switch it to the other hand. Elbow is at your waist. You may need to inch out a little further away from the anchor, and then just bringing that hand to your torso. Don't let the elbow lift off the body. Seven, 8, and 9, and 10. Great. So now I'm just going to stretch the shoulders out a little bit. Can take your hands, clasp them behind your back. So your hands should be at your tush. Elbows are bent right now. And then taking the shoulder blades and rotate them down your back. Press the arms straight as much as you can, but don't hyperextend them. You want to keep strength, and then lift the arms, the hands and arms up a little higher away from your body. And this is getting a nice stretch across the chest and through my shoulders. But don't let the rib cage flare open. And then whenever you're ready, bend your elbows back in toward your tush, release the hands, and we are all set. So thank you for coming out to watch on Sunday morning, and I will see you again soon. All right, have a great Sunday, you guys. Thanks.